Like this.
The final reminder, I'm trying to kind of make jokes here, not good of course, and this is for the purpose because we are having actually a lot of contests in September, one of which is the humorous contest. Guys, you can do better than I for sure. Please participate. And on the 11th of September, we will have our table topic contest, right? Okay, so by the way, most of the people try to avoid participating because, well, it's not the first place why to participate, but the topic of today's meeting is changing the habits. So let's change the habit and participate no matter what. And with that, I want to pass the word to the Toastmaster of the day, Lera. The Lera is the founding mother of our club. And 2012, yes, it was the 2012 when we started.
Yeah, she's
actually
our mother.
Not just myself.
Yes, but you participated in that.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Sorry. Anyway, thank you very much, Daniil. This is Daniil. He's substituting the president of the club, actually. You didn't introduce yourself, so I'm introducing you here as well. My name is Valeria. I'm your Toastmaster of tonight, or today, or whatever you prefer. And the topic today is very dear to me. Changing the habits, getting rid of older habits. Don't use this, don't show this to me. Or acquiring the new ones. How do we do that? Why we do that? What it takes us to get a new habit? Why actually do we need this new habit? By the way, what do you think is a habit? Can you give me any definition, like one word or two words? What is a habit?
Something, a recurring act.
Occurring act, very good. Anything else?
Something given from above. It's your
From
nature.
below? Yeah, okay.
Something you do automatically.
Automatically, or behavior. Some sort of behavior that we develop and we continuously stick to this behavior, or we want to get rid of it, if we speak about some bad habits. What does developing a habit give us? Why do we develop habits?
Skill.
Skills, okay.
Pleasure.
Life?
Pleasure.
Pleasure. Fun, enjoyment, thank you. What else?
Less efforts, I guess.
Optimization, something like this.
Save energy, right?
Fixing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Success.
Success, wonderful. I would say that probably our life becomes a bit more stable or predictable with a habit. And specifically, we love this word here in Toastmasters, achieving the goals. And habits do help us to achieve not short-term goals, but long-term goals. Say, winning the table topic contest or winning the humorous contest at the district level, right? This could be a habit to develop. I haven't read the book, very famous, like immensely popular, and you probably know the title of the book. Yes, and you probably know the author, whatever. James Clear, right? And he was quite clear about habits, anyway. So, I haven't read the book itself, but I have heard so many times about the book. I was present at a Toastmasters meeting in Vietnam where they discussed the book itself, and of course I read the summary of the book. And today I'm gonna quote something from this book, somehow adjusting it to the roles as well. Now, what is the essence of a habit? There are 4 essential things inside every habit, 4 essential states. I will go through them briefly, and I would like you to remember them, because the way I will be introducing speakers on this stage tonight, I will be telling about their habits they have developed or they have got rid of, and think about what stands behind this desire and why did they do that. It's just like a puzzle, a quiz. Now, 4 steps, 4 states. The first one, when we start developing a habit, how do we do that? It's called the cue or the signal. We are humans, we are analyzing the environment all the time, looking for some signals that will actually help us to achieve some desired state. What could this be? Say, we may want money, we may want power, we may want satisfaction. Behind all of this, there is a reproduction and sex, wherever it is. Something always stands behind our desires. So something that we think will give us more satisfaction or pleasure. That's the first state, signal. Say, let's adjust this to Toastmasters. I come to Toastmasters meeting, I see someone at table topics, and I think, so good. I like the way she delivers a table topic. I want to be like her. I want to have this power. I want to have this fame. I want to have this recognition. The second state of every habit is craving, a desire that we develop after we see the signal. What could be my desire when I see someone performing a table topic sessions brilliantly?
To do the same?
To do the same, because I want what?
The same feeling?
Recognition, satisfaction, so people admire me, fame, power. Sex, yes, all of it. Why not? Basically, yeah, sure. So, desire. First I see the signal, someone on the stage, and I think, oh, then I have this desire. I want to be on the stage. I want this power. The third thing in the habit is the response. Basically, the action that we perform to start achieving this desire. It's the first step to develop the habit. It's a motivation we have. Sometimes we have different sort of motivation, different responses, and sometimes we're not capable of doing this. For instance, I see someone speaking French, and I want to perform in French, but I'm not capable. Say, I don't speak French, or I don't speak Chinese. So, there is no response. There is a signal, there is a desire, but no response. So you should be motivated enough and capable enough to get this response. And finally, the fourth state of developing a habit is the reward. It's the final, it's the ultimate goal of every single habit. How do we call it when we train dogs? That's a positive reinforcement. When we get the prize, so finally I'm standing on this stage, I've craved for it, I responded, I acted, and I got it. That's how I developed the habit. By the way, I'm gonna tell how I developed the habit of table topics performing. And we'll set this meeting in 1 week, so this will be a workshop, so you're all invited. It's free and it's in English.
3rd of September.
3rd of September, same place, same time. Now, remember, signals, desire, response, and a reward. And now I'm going to invite our speakers. And I'm going to tell what habits they have developed recently, or not very recently, or some habits that they undeveloped in their lives. And please think, what was their initial desire to work with this habit? And what would be the final reward? And the first speaker I'd like to invite on the stage will be our dear timer. Stay here. And stay here, stay here, stay seated. And quite a long time ago, Vlad have developed a habit of calling family members. Not probably the closest ones, but also to calling his uncles and aunts on a regular basis. On a very regular basis. There's one quote from the book I want to tell you here. Have patience, as the progress in a habit formation is often not immediately visible. So I think it took you several years to develop this habit, like on a constant basis. Vlad Safiulin, the timer, please welcome.
Thank you very much, Valeria. So today it's my second time when I'm doing timer's jobs. Thank you very much, Daniel. Time is fire. A couple of days ago I watched again Star Trek. I like sci-fi
time is a fire. You know, really time is like fire. Without controlling of the fire, it will destroy our life. If we control, it helps us to have a lot of good things from fire. For instance, you can have a warm, you can prepare, you can cook delicious. So that is why we should control the time. So as Valery said that it was maybe 5-10 years ago, I found that I had not been talking with my uncles several years. I was surprised because really time is going. That is why I decided how to improve it. That is why I've done some very small things which help me to raise this habit for myself. To have this habit. So I just write plan, I indicated my Google Calendar that I need to call every month to my uncles, my aunts, my grandfathers, grandmothers. So that is why it was very simple, but it gave me a lot of achievements. So now I'm lovely grandson, and so that is why one of the, how to say, famous and recognized person in our family. So thank you very much. Sorry, I need to say about the rules. As a timers, as a time, of course, it's like fire, as I said. So if we want to have a productive and happy evening today, we should follow the some rules. So as you know, I will control time of performance of each speakers. So all our speakers will have a from 5 to 7 minutes for presenting his projects. So when you will reach 5 minutes, I will show you green card, which will indicate that you will have additional 2 minutes. Then when you will reach 6 minutes, I will show the yellow card. When you will reach 7 minutes, I will show red card. So it will be the same for speakers who will do impromptu speech. Only one difference: people who will do impromptu speech, they will have 1 minute for green. It will be green cards. Then when they will reach 1.5, I will show them yellow, and the 2 minutes it will be red one. So it's not difficult. You will see my cards. I will try to be visible during my duty responsibilities. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Vlad. We also have evaluators. They will also see the cards. So everyone basically will see the cards except for myself. Now we know why Vlad is calling his grandparents and his uncles and everyone. He's one of the most beloved members of the family now. Now, I would like to invite here the second expert, so to say. Yes, expert. That would be Konstantin, and he told me that he has developed an ability to read every day. At first, reading bored him a little bit, but gradually, with a very small step every day, adding a bit more, like 1 page first a week, then 1 page a day, he developed this habit and it became quite natural. And the quote that I would like to cite from the book, The Atomic Habits, is breaking down habits into 2-minute tasks makes them more manageable. Is it true, Konstantin?
Valeria, thank you very much for this great introduction. So, dear colleagues, dear friends, fellow Toastmasters, good evening everybody. And thank you for staying here. And my name is Konstantin, as you know, and it's a big pleasure and honor to be here and to talk about habits. And so I'd like to share a thought of the day. And thank you, Lera, that you already mentioned my habit and how I achieved this maybe good habit. I think it's a good habit because we are humans and we have on one hand good habits and bad habits, and I think it's our main goal is to reduce as soon as possible our maybe worst bad things and habits, and increase good things, good habits, to have this opportunity in our life. So I would like to start with a statement. It's time to change. This is first. Second, I want to talk about something what makes our life and brings in our life pleasure, joy, growth, and about worse things as well. That some things which disturb or prevent us being and achieving success or being and doing great. So I want to speak about how to promote good habits and positive habits, and how to eliminate bad habits. My personal experience shows me that okay, I want to confess, I lazy person. So I like to procrastinate something. So when I starting some new, I don't know, job or some decision, or for example, I need time to maybe think because I'm people type of analyzer, I would say. So I need to take a time to think. And again, with reading, yeah. So in some cases, maybe it's my past from student times or from school times, so I maybe afraid, or I was shocked with a lot of enormous books and tasks with what I need to read, etc., etc. So for me it was very difficult, and I feel some stress and anxiety to start to read some books, and for example, in some cases I can postpone, or for example, just stop at all. So so I started to think, and I decided practicing to read one page per week, one page per weekend, and after, for example, one page day after day. And I found it really interesting and fascinating. So I started read, and I like this activity. So yeah, I read many fiction and non-fiction books. So that is my, I think, habit that I like, and I continue to promote, and want to share with you this thought of today. And last but not least, so sorry guys, don't kill me, don't blame me too much. Special technique what I learned sometimes ago about that. Yeah, break down your actions. Start with simple and maybe consistent steps, small steps, and finally you will achieve a success and great achievement.
Thank you for promoting reading. This is a wonderful thing to promote, especially in Toastmasters clubs. Our next expert is online. Katya, are you with us? Can we see you and can we hear you? Can you say anything, please?
Yes, I'm here. Yes.
Wonderful. Great. Before you start presenting your role, which is a grammarian and a word master role, I would like to spill the beans about Katya's habit. Her goal was to start drinking 2 glasses of water every morning. That could be easy, but water is not very tasty, right? So what Katya made up, well actually what she came up with, is adding a bit of a lemon into the glass of water. And she gradually started liking drinking this glass of water or 2. so that finally she could actually get rid of the lemon. And now she's drinking just water. And to quote the famous guy, he says, focus on making adjustments to the behavior as small changes lead to lasting improvements. Katerina, the Grammarian and the Webmaster.
Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to grammar, the power of habit cannot be overestimated here too. But first you need to consciously control your grammar. And the good news is that I'm here to help you with that. So I will pay close attention to every speaker's language uses, and I'll take note of any improper language, as well as any cool words, quotes, sayings, and thoughts. And today's word of the day is flawless, which means perfect. It means being entirely without fault or flaw. For example, the habit of eating healthy food makes your skin almost flawless. Each speaker is encouraged to use the words of the day as many times as possible. And at the end of the meeting, I will provide my report on grammatical usage and on the word of the day. Thank you very much, Madam
Thank you very much, Katya. Stay with us, and you also might take part in table topic session to train to actually train a new habit, and yes, and take part in the contest. We have 2 more roles and 2 more experts, and now I'd like to invite the newcomer, the guest. She's here for the first time, and thank you very much for stepping up and taking this role. And while you're the newcomer, you're the guest, you're the star. And while Lena is approaching us, she told me that she have developed 2 new habits recently. The first one is to brush her teeth several times a day, not because we all do that, right? But because she's wearing braces. And also, the second habit is to go to the gym every week or maybe even more frequently, because the gym is close to the workplace. And the quote, integrate a new habit into an existing routine. So go do sports where you work. And today, Elena is performing an 8-counter roll. So please welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much, Valeria, for the introduction. Actually, today my role is an 8-counter. Offered a choice of different of these 3-4 roles that we are talking about here, I naturally took the easiest from my perspective, because I'm not a role model for eloquence at all. So those of you who are here more than once, which is everyone except me, know already what an 8-counter is doing. I'm counting the words, the filler words. I already have a list, and I have already started counting. By the way, I do use them myself, as you can hear, me as well. I can give you a few examples of the filler words. On the list here I have well, so, like, but, which are the most favorite ones of everyone. But how can we get rid of these words? We probably should use breathing techniques. We should make stops instead of adding filling words. It would be also nice to have an opportunity and read aloud, simply as practice. And to cut a long story short, I will prepare a summary in the end of the session, so that all of you will know approximately what the most popular filler word is of tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're already scared. And finally, last but not least, is the quiz master of today. And when I asked him what great habit he has developed recently, he listed 4 or 5 and let me choose. And I chose the one that he actually put out of his life. And that's sugar. We all eat a lot of sugar, right? And the quote from the book is, design your environment to support the habit formation. And what Daniel told me, that first he started to avoid sugar in tea, and it was really, really hard for him to avoid putting sugar into coffee. But luckily or not, he found himself in a hospital when there was no coffee at all. And in several weeks he just forgot about coffee and sugar. And since those beautiful days, there's no sugar in Daniel's life. Please welcome our quizmaster.
Without sugar. Yeah, I actually forgot to mention that we are trying a new thing here, that's our core code, and we want to actually everyone to participate in the evaluation of today's meeting, all the speakers. So please, go to that link, and well, see people kind of performing, so you can actually put the marks, and of course it will be a commentary. I don't know actually. Yes, about actually me and sugar in my actual role today. Yeah, I'm a quizmaster, so I am responsible for checking your active listening. And just to give you an example, how important the active listening is, do you know Dale Carnegie?
Yes.
Yes, of course. He is kind of guru, as we say now, of the communication, networking, and so on. And he actually said that to be a good communicator, all you have to do is just to listen. Because people love talking about themselves. And actually they love when you just give them the understanding that what they say is needed, it's important. So we are learning that here because we're learning how to communicate. And despite actually do not take sugar in the coffee and tea, I still eat sweets, so I'm really cheating. And I prepared some sweets for you. So in the end, I will ask the questions, and you will receive, who answer the questions, the sweets from me. And yeah, I guess that's it. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Daniel. Now we're coming to the part of the meeting where we will listen to the speakers for the prepared speeches. Today we have 3 speakers. And after this 3rd speech, we'll have a short break. So, to invite the first speaker, I'd like to mention that some people try to avoid sugar in coffee, and others try to avoid coffee. And Alexander Baranov is the person who decided willingly to not drink coffee, to say no to coffee just 3 months ago. That was just like a test, something to try on, and very quickly, I don't know how, tell me, like after 1 or 2 weeks, you just stop drinking coffee, and now the smell of coffee is like something exotic to Sasha. Today, Alexander is presenting his speech from Level 1 Presentation Mastery, and the project is called Evaluation and Feedback, and that the first speech, where he will listen to the feedback and then apply this feedback to the same project for the next time. So, the evaluator, please listen carefully, be an active listener. And the title of the speech is My Own Way of Feeling Alive. Alexander Baranov.
In fact, about the coffee, I quickly, when I thought about me and my relations with coffee, I understood that it's more a habit of spending money rather than drinking coffee. So that's why I decided to just get rid of it and try what I feel about it. So this is a good experience actually, and I have more energy, and I will share with you this experience if you want it after. So, I heard a phrase by Vincent van Gogh. What you learn from personal experience is not given so quickly, but it is more deeply imprinted into your brain. How do you like it?
Like it.
You like it? Okay. I don't think that this phrase is flawless, because I found a thing which I don't like in it. I don't like that he is telling us that it's not given so quickly. Because imagine a kid who touches a worm or a kettle or something which is burning, or the fire. He needs only 1 second for this experience to get imprinted into his brain for the whole life. But in fact, I stumbled on this phrase when I was thinking about my experience with my mentor. In fact, with my frustrated relationship with the mentor. And at that time, I decided that I don't need one. And speaking of that, Donara, I know you will have a speech next to me about mentoring, and I mean, in no way am I telling something that mentoring is bad. I want to become a mentor myself someday, and I know that I'm a terrible mentee, but let's see what mentor I am. I thought about my goals here in my life with Toastmasters, and I thought that I even maybe don't have any goals. Then I decided that I have a goal. Initially I had a goal to get excellency in presentation, to make good presentations from the very beginning. And after that I decided that no, this is not my goal actually. My goal is to feel alive at every moment of my life, at everything what I'm doing. And what is happening here for me is really a process. And I perceive it exactly as it is called in Toastmasters. I perceive it as a pathway. It is a pathway which is full of not only the point B's, the achievements, but it's full of experience and feelings from point A to point B. And I'm able, and I can afford it, to just feel what I want, to just test myself. And of course, there are certain circumstances in life where you need to be goal-oriented. And I will be goal-oriented myself in the circumstances where, for instance, I need to make a presentation for investors to get money, where I need to participate in a contest, so I will be goal-oriented for sure. Or if I'm going to impress some person which is important for me. But I see that nowadays, and in this process, I don't need this particular experience. I want to be myself, and I want to test. What do I have already? How do I use it? How do people react to me? How do people react to my words? Do I do something which is important for them? Do they have certain feelings and emotions after they heard my speech? And actually, I understood that this is the really important thing. You know, this process of Toastmastering, it's something which makes my life really more interesting. Before Toastmasters, I had certain hobbies, I did something for my life, but this is something new, very challenging, and every step of it makes me better. And you may take, in fact, any part. You may be goal-oriented, and you may take all what you have and maybe involve a mentor, get some courses, read some books, get your speech evaluated, corrected, maybe involve some friend who will hear to your speech, listen to your speech, and do some recommendations that will make it better. And in this way, you will participate in a contest and you will make a great presentation, you will get the result, and you will become the leader. But on the other side, you may take the approach which I took. You just live it through and get your life and experience your life as a full experience. You just come on stage. Of course you need preparation for this and you want to have some development. You come on stage, you are yourself, and you see and feel each moment. What are you bringing to this life and what you are getting back? And I don't think that there is really a correct answer if you ask me what is better, which approach is the most beneficent to you, or to me. I even would say that every answer is correct. And every answer is the best. Because it's your personal life. And you may feel your life and you feel alive in your own way. And every person has its pathway. And I want to wish you, whatever you choose, that at every moment of your life you just feel alive and feel fun. Thank you.
No, we don't ask questions right now. You can ask questions in the break. Thank you very much. Thank you, Alexander. I also love the approach that you're promoting. It's, having fun and feeling alive, enjoying every moment. Now, I would like to invite the second speaker, and that's our beloved guest from the beloved club, the Neighboring Club or Surfers. And Dinara told me, when I asked her about the habits she have implemented recently, is that she is now drinking more water, and she is now becoming more conscious about the signals that her body gives her whenever the body wants to get more water. And even now, I think she's having a bottle of water in her... No, not now. Sorry, we don't have enough water tonight. But anyway, Dinara is going to present her speech about mentoring. And in mentoring we have, this is like a two-way road. You are either a mentor or you are a mentee or a protege. And tonight Dinara is going to share her experience of being a protege in mentoring and the insights that she has gained through this mentoring process. And I'm inviting Dinara, and her speech is called It's a Match.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. What's going on? What's going on with the mentoring in the Toastmasters community? Let me give you some context. I joined this community almost 5 months ago, blissfully unaware of the fact that I could get a mentor. Nobody talked about mentoring in my club. And so I started to ask around, and the replies I received were confusing, vague, disappointing. Yeah, I've heard about mentoring, but no, I didn't really have a mentor myself. What? You want to know more about mentoring? Don't bother thinking about that. I almost started to think that mentor and protege stuff, all of that stuff was almost a taboo here. One time I had this conversation during our tea break. The person I was talking to said something along the lines, yes, and my mentor helped me to prepare for my speech. And then they quickly changed the subject and moved on. I was like, wait a second. Where did you find a mentor? Who is your mentor? Albus Dumbledore? Gandalf? Elon Musk? Why is everyone being so secretive and elusive? Guys, do you think I'll jinx you if you tell me the truth? Come on! I started to daydream. What if there was an application? You know, like Tinder. You can just swipe left or right and eventually match with someone who's competent and aligned with your goals. I was getting desperate. It seemed I was chasing after something mindlessly, just because everyone around me had it. Eventually, I managed to calm myself down and ask myself a grounding question. Danara, why do you need a mentor? It's not that I need someone to guide me through the speechwriting process. I attended some public speaking classes at university. I'm aware of the basics and I can implement them into my speech. But I would be very appreciative if an experienced speaker could provide a professional and in-depth overview of my speeches. I'm quite observant. I could pick up the things that went right or wrong in my presentations, but I am as self-critical as I am self-aware, so I would be very grateful for an opportunity to have a supportive and safe environment to experiment, make mistakes, learn new things. And I would definitely not agree to be constantly monitored, checked on, micromanaged, as if someone was breathing down my neck and telling me what to do. No, I value my creative freedom and my personal boundaries, and I'm ready to reciprocate it back. So I wasn't sure if my personal expectations of mentor-protege relationship matched with the values in the community. So I consulted our website. According to Toastmasters, a mentor is an experienced member who encourages you to reach your personal goals or professional goals by providing support and guidance. Someone knowledgeable who is open to share their expertise and experience. Someone who is respectful and positive. They can provide tailored constructive feedback as well as reinforce your successful strategies. Let me ask you, in your opinion, in a mentor-protege dynamic, who is the leading one? Who is responsible for the final result? Yes, you are right. The protege is the one who is accountable for their personal growth and for the achievement of their desired goal. They are the one who should be open to receiving feedback, discussing new ideas, and just being enthusiastic about learning and acquiring new knowledge. All of this protege mentoring stuff got me a bit nostalgic, and I remember my first experience of a mentor-protege dynamic. Although we didn't put any labels on that back then, it happened when I was in school. My mentor was my teacher. She was specializing in social studies, history, and art, and she was also supervising our class. So over the years, I was helping her here and there, and eventually our personalities matched. We clicked. I managed to land a very unique opportunity. I was arranging art exhibitions, but not in a gallery, in our classroom. You see, during our art classes, we would study a particular art movement, for instance, Impressionism. And then we would try to make our own art by mimicking the original style of the painters. So we have all of these handmade paintings, and I was the one accountable for making these art exhibitions in our classroom. Since my very childhood, I had this inner interest, inner yearning for artists, paintings, colors, and my teacher/mentor managed to recognize that yearning and provided a self-supportive space for me to express myself. It was beautiful. I wasn't forced to do anything. It was completely my initiative, and I was actually very delighted that every couple of months I could play a little art gallery director. Now when I'm looking back at this experience, I see that I wasn't rushing anywhere, frantically trying to find someone to guide me through my way. No, I was just being myself, building genuine relationship with my teacher, my mentor, and our mutual interest in art provided us room for personal growth as a mentor and as a protege, and we built that connection. So now I think if a mentor and a protege want to match, they need to value the quality of their relationship over quantity or speed. We'll see if my Toastmasters journey proves me wrong. Thank you.
Dear Danara, I wish you a luck finding a mentor inside Toastmasters. We have 350,000 people here, and the Odyssey project is, at your disposal. So please join the project. Mentors are free there, and they're willing to help. Thank you very much for this inspiring speech. And George, are you here? Can you show yourself here? George? George?
Yes,
George.
I'm here.
Yes, switch on the camera, please. We want to see you.
Yeah. Wait a second.
A
I'm
second.
here. You will.
Oh my God.
Oh, you'll see black. Pardon me. It's night today, and you don't see me.
Do you have any lights anywhere near you? So we
I
can
will
see
find
you.
now lights. I will ask. I will do
Yeah.
it.
Okay. While you're doing this, I will present George as the third speaker.
Подай фонарик, пожалуйста.
Okay. So, when I asked George about his habits that he's developing and changing, what he said that he doesn't actually understand what changes him more. He changes his habits, or the habits change him, and the recent habit that he has developed is playing the harmonica, right? So can you play now? Okay, not now probably. So play now. George Perelman is now presenting his level 3 speech about project planning. So he is here to present a proposal and build a case with supporting evidence and realistic solutions. Wow. And the title of his speech is Steer Your Boat. George, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much. Dear Toastmaster, dear friends, I'm on the boat. So it's hard to show it to you, but honestly, I'm on the boat now. I'm on the boat on the Volga River, and here is the city Nizhny Novgorod. You can see lights here. You see?
Yes.
Yeah. And title of my speech is Steer Your Boat. So when I say it, what do you feel? What do you think when I say it, when you hear it? Steer your boat.
Take control.
Think about it. Yes. Be the captain of your life. So I propose you to be the driver, to be the sailor, to be the captain of your life. And as for habits, I would say some examples when I thought that I'm captain, but I hadn't been captain of my life. So first of all, I was young, and my parents drive me to swim in the swimming pool, and I didn't want to do it, and I think that it's not my habit, and I didn't do it properly. And after a while, some years ago, I decided to swim again. And I started swimming. And now, why? Because I wanted to cross the Volga. Or vice versa, I wanted to swim. That's why I make my aim to cross the Volga River. And now I can do it. I train, and that's my habit. And now I realize that I can swim 5 kilometers in a row. Another example, my English. Now I can speak in English. I can make a speech. But many years ago, I learned it at school, and I didn't do the best. And then I went to Canada. I spent 3 months there to learn English, to be better, and to get this habit to speak English and to be more efficient in my life. That's my another habit that I didn't want some years ago. So I changed my habit. Another example. Once I realized in 2012 that I have 4 cars. I don't know why, but I had 4 cars that year. For me and my wife, it's more than enough. And then I changed my habit, and now we have only 1 car for 2 of us. No problem. If I want, I can take bus or scooter or car sharing or taxi. Doesn't matter. It saves money. It saves time. It's nice. So that example shows that we are the drivers of our life. We can do what we want, and we need 3 things, in my opinion. We need time to change something, and for sure we have it. Usually we have time. We need money. How much? Less than we have. So we have this money to change our habits. And moreover, we need courage. We need passion to do it. And that's the main thing that drives us to do it, to change our habits. So I suggest you to do what you want, to change your habits, to spend time, to spend money, to have this space to do it. And do as the captain. You cannot see him. He's over there. So he's driving the boat. He's steering the boat. And I suggest you to steer your boat. Thank you.
Thank you, George. I suggest that we steer the boat now and change a bit the habit of having a break of 10 minutes and reduce the time to 5 minutes since we're a little late now. So 5 minutes break, have a little chat, refresh, go wash hands, whatever. In 5 minutes we're back. Thank you. Now we're starting the improvisational part, which is called the table topic session. And we have the table topic master, Vasilisa Belarusova, who is also our guest from the World Surfers Club. Frequent guest, no, not yet. And when I asked Vasilisa about the habits that she has recently acquired, she shared with me her personal story, which actually could make a speech in itself, so I would not present the speech for her, but she said that she recently has developed a skill to wake up early in the mornings, really early enough to do a lot of useful stuff that brings her the feeling of satisfaction and enjoyment. By the way, I also like waking up really early, around 5 o'clock in the morning, but just forget about it. So, Vasilisa is now going to be a table topic Toastmaster today, and she will tell us about the rules and how the session will go. Welcome, Vasilisa!
I know it was a bit short, but it's actually only thanks to her that I was able to acquire this new habit. But I will maybe probably make a new speech later on, and I won't talk too much about it right now. So, our habits are who we are. They either make us or break us. Habits form us into a new person and distance us from the old one. They either are a step forward to or a step backwards from the ideal that we have in our vision. Today, our amazing Toastmaster of the Day, Evaluator, showed us the 4 key principles into forming a habit. Now is the time where we can remember and recite those 4 principles in our impromptu speeches. This is the table topic session where any one of you can give a speech from 1 minute to 2 minutes on a short topic that will be provided by me. I will call you out. So, our first speaker.
Volunteer.
Thank you.
Don't forget to use the word of the day.
Flawless.
Thank you, Uliana. Thank you. So, Dinar. The quote is, "The secret of your success is found in your daily routine." The secret of your success is found in your daily routine.
Dear Toastmasters, guests, honored guests, what your daily routine look like? What does it look like? When I've been asking myself that question for a very long time. You know, I am flawed in my time management skills. I'm not flawless, not at all. Waking up, God knows when. Some people are already having lunch, and I'm already only having my breakfast. Then they're going to work. I'm scrolling through my social media. Wow, that's impressive. That routine will definitely get me places. I already see myself being a successful businesswoman with that plan. Do you feel it? Yeah, but I wanted, at one point I realized that my strategy was not working for me. I was getting to know more people. I realized that my aspirations in life and my current habits in my life, they don't match. And I need to find a solution. And so I've started to ask myself, every week I'm hosting these planning evenings by myself, with myself, where I act as my own coach, and I ask myself this question. If I continue to live my day, my week, my month, as I do right now, what will be my final destination? Where would I arrive? Is it my desired place? Is it my desired goal? Yes or no? So I'm leaving this question for you as well. Are your daily habits, weekly habits, monthly habits supporting your future goals? Thank you.
Thank you, Donara. Very breathtaking speech. Just recently, I've been always also thinking and contemplating whether my daily routine is taking me towards the goal that I want to, that I want to achieve. So, next volunteer. Konstantina. Okay. Do you want an easy or a hard quote?
In the middle. Something middle. Okay, hard one.
Perfect. The chains of a habit are too weak to be felt until they are too strong to be broken.
Whoa. Once again.
The chains of a habit are too weak to be felt until they are too strong to be broken.
Okay, dear friends. Okay. Some time ago, I learned some techniques from Christina. Yes, I think it was Christina. She mentioned about that. Okay, find association with this statement. Okay, my association is friendship. So I think if you have a big number of friends and you can easily exchange and communicate with them during and through your life, all these members, all these friends will either to demonstrate power and you will become and build more strength in your friendship. Otherwise, you will find out or investigate that some of members are weak. So this is experience, this is real life, and it's I think it's like a rule or law in our life that during the time you can investigate and understand what is reliable for you and what is who is not. That's all.
Thank you. I hope you won't kill me after the meeting for giving you a hard question, but yes, sharing the tip is what your association with the question is a good way to get out of it if you don't know how to answer it. Thank you. Next one, thank you, Daniel. Please come on stage.
Thank you, Vasilisa.
Okay. Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going.
Well, motivation is quite important, as you all know, because that's a signal. That's a flawless signal, or maybe not that flawless signal, that we receive initially, and that ignites us in formulating a habit. And there are plenty of different motivators. And of course, in real life, we either can have external motivators, or we could try to motivate ourselves. And that is almost like a mentor-mentee relationship. Because effectively, there is plenty of information on various aspects of public speaking and leadership that are available on Toastmasters.org website. And there is such a wealth of information there that perhaps not a single, no matter how much distinguished Toastmaster can boast individually to be able to offer, because the Toastmasters.org is such a huge website. So if we can motivate ourselves, to pull ourselves together, to actually go online and develop a habit of reading the materials, reading the leader's letter and the newsletters and all other bulletins, then perhaps that is a habit that could help us to become better public speakers and leaders for years to come.
Actually, yes, I found out that many people don't read through the materials of Toastmasters as they should, and I think it's a very valid advice for us to use as Toastmasters, and actually not only as Toastmasters, but as non-members as well. Now, I have easier questions. Don't get overwhelmed. So, if anyone wants to get an easier question, your time is to come now on stage. Maybe newcomers. I will give you a newer question, a simpler question, sorry. Would you like to come to the stage? I will give you a very easy question, I promise.
What's your name?
Yeah.
I can try.
Perfect. I'm glad. Could you state your name, please? Come on stage and state your name, and I will give you a simple question. I promise.
What is your name?
What is your name? Nikita. Nice to meet you. What is one habit you wish you could break? You can think for 30 seconds and then.
That's an easy question. I don't know.
I promised.
What a habit I would like to get rid of?
Get rid of, or if you'd like, you can answer what you would like to acquire and why as well.
Maybe you know that I need to do sports more regularly and don't disturb myself to. I don't know. I need to do sports more regularly.
Elaborate why.
And don't disturb myself. Don't break the schedule of my trainings. And I don't know.
Should say how? Maybe elaborate.
Maybe I need to struggle with I need to struggle myself. I need to be more. I don't know. Yes, you're right. I'm not motivated. Because sometimes when you are tired, you think that you need to let yourself to rest, to have a rest. And but you know that you need to do the exercises, and you must to do it. You must do it.
Perfect.
Thank you too.
Now, and I do believe that all of us should use exercise in our daily life as well. I'm actually struggling to do it as well, but hopefully I'll succeed soon. Next person with a simpler question, maybe?
Okay.
I'm glad you catch my ideas. Artyom? Okay, perfect. Easy question, right?
Okay.
What is the hardest step in changing your habits? What is the hardest step to change your habits? You can think for 30 minutes. Oh wait, 30 seconds. 30 seconds and deliver it in speech like
I think the hardest steps to start doing something, because if we imagine something what we want, it's really interesting. It's a very beautiful picture, but if we don't do first step, it's imagine it is ruined, and we don't. Sorry for my English, it's not.
It's good.
Thanks. Yeah, in my opinion, the hardest steps it's start step. Because if we do first little step and then do another step and do another step, we have little results and see interesting pictures that we do hardest way and do more than other people do,
and it's really interesting and really motivate us to do more because in front we can see another people who do more and we want to do more.
Actually, it does. That's why I became a Toastmaster. It really does motivate me to see what other people are doing and to do more myself as well. So I relate to that as well. We do have more people, right? More time? Okay.
Not really. Two more people.
Two more, okay. So, next person ready to volunteer as a Toastmaster. Oh, table topics. Never mind. I'm not the... Sophie, maybe? Now, do you want an easy or a hard question?
Choose yourself. Anything.
Okay. Do you believe in the 21-day rule of forming a habit? A rule where it takes 21 days to form a habit and stay concrete in it. So.
Well, I've heard about the rule of 10,000 hours, which are required to form any kind of habit. And well, I'm not very good at math, so I'm not sure if it's the same one as with 21 days. Perhaps yes, right? I've never actually tried to count how much time exactly it takes me to form any habit, because it happens so effortlessly. I do not notice how it starts and when and where it started and how did it happen that at some point I find myself, for example, running in the evenings when before I used to hate running. Just like that. So habits are tricky, and if you think that just by applying one rule, like 21 days rule, 10,000 hours rule, you can achieve something. Maybe you can, but try not to be very harsh on yourself. Life can be tricky, so just go with the flow. And at some point you will use different kinds of use different kinds of these methods, but yeah, do not be harsh on yourself. Thank you. Yeah.
I'm surprised that forming habits comes flawless to you and effortlessly, because for me it's a big struggle. Even when I started running, it's hard for me to remember to do it if I want to continue to achieve results. We have one more person, right?
Yes. Yes, the last one.
Last one. Maybe our accountant would like to. Maybe.
Who will be counting for me?
You will. How diligently you took on your responsibility. Come on stage.
Okay.
Now, how to reward yourself to enforce the victory of forming a habit? How to reward yourself?
Reward is usually associated with something nice and good. I believe that it would be good if you achieve a milestone to give yourself something nice, some treat, something like going for a walk or going to a restaurant, or depending on the habit that you're forming. I guess that's how you can reward yourself.
What do you personally reward yourself? What person works for you, for example?
My personal reward for me, when I achieve something, I love traveling. That's why I usually end up buying a ticket somewhere.
Recently, for example?
Recently, for example? Yeah.
Where? But okay. To elaborate a bit, maybe share it for us. Maybe where should we reward ourselves to go somewhere to form a habit? I know, running for me. personal advice.
Running is pretty much challenging for me, but I'm trying to make steps towards it. I'm not there yet. I have sneakers, the right sneakers.
As a reward or as
As a potential plan.
I see. Maybe travel somewhere where there are a lot of people who run as well. I don't know.
Then it will not be a reward, it will be another creation of a habit.
Okay, thank you.
That was a nice product placement.
Yeah, it could have been advertising. But I will try to find a way where to travel myself to start running more. So with this, our table topic session is concluded. Please vote for the best table topics speaker on your agenda QR code. I think you should see it below.
On our agenda, yes, right.
Now I invite our dearest Toastmaster of the day back on stage.
Thank you so much, Lisa. The table topic session tailored to the topic of the meeting. Thanks a lot. We've learned many interesting tricks and tips how to develop more habits, useful ones, and avoid the bad ones, particularly. Now, while you're voting, I will be soon inviting the general evaluator for today's meeting, and this will be Sophia, who has recently been on this stage telling about her new habit of running in the evenings, and she also told me a very interesting detail. I would call it a clue to developing an effective habit. A habit should be fun. You should get some enjoyment from acquiring this habit. So what may help you to enjoy running in the evenings? What helps Sophia is that she started perceiving running as the way of being outdoors and listening to favorite podcasts and started enjoying the process itself. Sophia, welcome to the stage. So, while you're voting, I will start. Dear Toastmasters, guests, today I will serve as your general evaluator. With every habit, there should be a start. You should somehow begin your habit. And it's a tricky thing. Just like today, I will be serving as a general evaluator for the very first time. And I'm very scared and stressed a little bit, but still I'm excited. So please bear with me, and if you notice that anything is missing, I'm open, just tell me afterwards, because as I noticed, general evaluator is the only role which is not evaluated during Toastmasters. During Toastmasters meetings. First of all, I will start with all the roles which do not have any personal evaluator. Starting from the beginning, introduction was given by Vice President of Education, Danil Pizhlakov. He introduced the club and greeted newcomers in a very friendly, nice manner. And he also continued the tradition of starting the meetings a little bit later, not at 7:30. And he also didn't introduce himself, which was noted by Valeria. So thanks to Valeria for noticing that for me. He also was a quiz master, so 2 roles today. And as he gave his introduction of the quiz master role, he talked about the importance of active listening, which was really insightful and connected with the topic of today's meeting. continuing with Toastmaster of the Day, Valeria. Where is Valeria?
She just leave.
Okay, she has left. Okay, so she engaged with the audience and she gave some really funny jokes. Her speech was really informative, and I think that we all have learned something new about how habits are forming. She also used vocal variety, gestures, the whole package is there. It was really hard trying to find anything missing, but I really tried and found one thing that perhaps I would have done differently. When she was presenting different elements of habits formation, there were 4, I think, cue, well, then I forgot the three of the rest. Do you remember
Cue,
them? Desire,
response,
reward.
and reward.
Response, reward. Thank you. I think that it would be helpful. It would have been helpful if she engaged with the audience on every element, so that we remember it remember all of these elements better. Thought of the day, Konstantin. He talked about how to promote good habits and included a personal story. What I would say is that while I sat at the end of the row, and actually I couldn't hear everything, and I had to struggle and listen very attentively to hear something. So anything. So I would perhaps recommend talking a little bit louder. As for timer, he not just introduced his role, but also included a lovely personal story, which is really helpful. I would also recommend talking a little bit louder, but perhaps it was because I was sitting at the end of the row. As for Grammarian Ekaterina, she was loud and clear, even though she is online today, which is, I think, always a little bit more difficult. And she included this word of the day, flawless, which I think was used mostly during our table topics today. But I think that this word is really interesting, and it's not used every day, so we can benefit from this word of the day. Our counter, Yelena, she was fluent, brilliant. She included a funny intro, but I think that you could just as easily present your role without these notes, because I think that you don't need them. Your English is so great. Quizmaster, I have already said that, and of course, Table Topics Master has personally asked me to pay attention to what she said. Today she had a special project, and it was about active listening. She had to listen attentively to what everyone was saying during their improvisations, and somehow reciprocate, say something funny, provide remarks, and I think that today she has mastered in this. She has been successful with her project. She practiced active listening and even encouraged speakers who were visibly struggling, which I think was, during this particular project, I think that it was helpful. As for all the participants of the improvisation, thank you for your courage. Your speeches were quite elaborate and interesting to listen. Perhaps it is connected with today's topic, and it's all thanks to Vasilisa. Thank you. So, I hope I haven't forgotten any of the roles which are not... Yeah, okay. Moving on to personal evaluators. We had three speeches today, and the first speech was by Alexander, how to live life to the fullest. It was very personal and insightful, and the content of the speech really resonated with me, so thank you very much for it. And I'm giving the floor to the personal evaluator, Alexander Uzan.
Fellow Toastmasters, please tell me what is the main concept, maybe philosophy of Toastmasters. What is this? Who knows?
Public speaking.
The phrase, learn by doing. You are right. And I have just found this concept is very similar to Alexander's approach to life in general. And now I understand why Alexander is among us, Toastmasters. Because he likes to learn by doing all the way along. Today, during my evaluation, I will notice the strength of your speeches and maybe some things you might work on to improve. From the beginning, I found very unusual but very interesting the structure of your speech. Opening remark, engagement with audience, quote, question, body, and body dynamic call to action all the way along. But you didn't forget about closing remark and finally summarize and call to action. This approach for the structure I found very dynamic and interesting. So well done. I also appreciate that fact how you help us to visualize by your gestures. So your gestures was fluid, your movement was fluid, and every single word was along with a lot of gestures that help us to visualize. And also you looked self-confident and relaxed. That is why your vocal variety was clear, but no need to vary the tone. All was clear and was enough. What I think you could work on, it's usage of stage and your position. I found your position, you stand sideways. And this position, for me, for example, I didn't see your eyes. And this position, straight position, help to increase eye contact, which will enhance delivery. And next time, please use more stage, and this help you to use straight position and also like effect eye contact. So to summarize, great structure and very interesting speech and approach to life, like through Toastmasters. Please, great gestures and vocal variety, and please work on using of stage and your position. And I wish you a lot of flawless victories on your pathway.
Thank you, Alexander. Thank you particularly for how you summed up your review at the end, that you included both the areas of growth. I also have noticed the same things. I think my review would be maybe the same but not so masterful as yours. Moving on to speech number 2, given by Danara. So what's going on with mentoring at Toastmasters and in life? I love your remarks about Harry Potter in almost every speech, or perhaps it is my bias because I have heard you speaking in different meetings. The insights on Danara's speech will be given by personal evaluator Danil Zakharov. Please welcome on stage.
Thank you, Sophia. Dear Toastmasters, how did Danara start her speech? Do you remember her opening statement?
What's going on?
Complaints.
What's going on? And how did she continue?
With mentoring Toastmasters.
What's going on with the mentoring in Toastmasters community? So there was a rhetorical question and then she elaborated on it. Great start of a speech, and the speech itself was a brilliant delivery. In addition to the standard Toastmasters criteria, Danara has specifically asked me to evaluate her on the contents of the speech and on delivery. And I can say that tonight we have heard a speech with an impeccable contents and a flawless or almost flawless delivery. What we have observed during that speech, or what I have personally observed in that speech, the speech was full of excellent stylistic tools. I particularly love triads because I stopped counting them. At a certain point in time, it appeared that the whole speech consisted of triads. When she was searching for her answers, she found the answers confusing, vague, and disappointing. Then she was looking for a space to be mentored and to experiment, to make mistakes, and to learn new things. And the list continues. It's going on and on and on. So the speech had a very palpable structure with two parts: Toastmasters mentoring experience in Toastmasters and her experience outside of Toastmasters. One was rather questionable, where she was a bit desperate and she was hoping not to get jinxed or to jinx anyone. The other was colorful, full of artists, paintings, and colors. So, very good structure of the speech, great stylistic tools, also fantastic use of the voice. Guide me through. I don't need anyone to guide me through the speech writing process, yada, yada, yada. And then the body language was excellent. However, what I didn't quite get in your speech, Danara, is the ultimate message. What is that you were trying to say? I was searching for it in your conclusion, but you said, we'll see if my Toastmasters journey proves me wrong. But perhaps your ultimate message could have been more crystallized, and the conclusion is quite a part to make it. And as a piece of advice, I would say, go to toastmasters.org website. There is indeed a wealth of information in there, and you may find a lot of answers to your questions. Overall, great speech, and I would like to congratulate you with the project well achieved.
Thank you, Daniel. It's hard to comment on such brilliant review of a speech. I should say that another usage of the word of the day, noted, and I like how attentive you have been to detail, and you noted that Danara had specific requests about delivery, to pay attention to delivery and content. And you have commented on both of these parts very with the specificities and with great beauty. Thank you very much. Speech number 3. Georgie, or George, what's the right version, has shown us the immersive experience of being a captain, both in speech and with visual content. Quite unusual. I think a speech to remember. He showed us how to be a captain in life and how to be a captain of a real boat. So let's welcome on stage his personal evaluator. It's Alexander Martinyuk.
Here. I'm going to be short for a change. Flawless. What a relevant word for any evaluator, isn't it? And I was anticipating the legendary George Perelman's speech with pleasure. Why? because I was a witness of his genius participation in a contest when he presented himself in a joker's hat with balloons distributed among the audience. So I came here in anticipation of joy, which we all received, I'm sure. But speaking about the words of the day, was George's speech flawless tonight? No, Georgie, no. It was enjoyable. It was also legendary and a speech to remember. But it has its flaws. Georgie, yes, you was on the Volga River, but Georgie, come on. The start. You should start as a king. King George, you name them. George, I know you didn't have the perfect conditions for Zoom session, but Georgie, really the Russian language for the start of your presentation. Come on. Well, we all were a little bit prepared for a lousy speech. Okay, I was already, but then. Miracle started to reveal itself. Oh my God, you were really on a river. I was watching your speech as a movie. Really? Wow, and I was ready to give you anything in advance. But then when you showed us all Nizhny Novgorod city here in Moscow City's library, well, I was ready to scream. You see, yeah, I'm going to Nizhny Novgorod soon, but well, I saw it, yeah. And then you made a confession that you're not a captain of your own life during an inspirational speech about proposal, evidence, whatnot. It was such a paradox. It was an honest and very original speech, and these are exactly my values. So, hooray, and bravo. You said that you didn't want to swim first, then they persuaded you to do so. Then you said something, and it's commented here with lol and a picture of a smile, that actually you need less money in your life. Again, another paradox. Yeah, and these are all my values as well. So yeah, I cheer for you. But like, to be specific, dear Georgie, to have a flawless presentation, well, try not to opt for had only presentation in the future. Even if you are on any ocean of your life, try to, even if you are filming yourself, try to at least your hand to stick out from time to time. Yeah, it would not be that scary, believe me. Yeah, there's dark and white hand. Yeah, watch your video later on. Also, it was an inspirational speech, but imagine another paradox. You used your very cozy, relaxing voice to inspire us all. Yeah, it was really an inspiration, but very calm one. And at the very end, dear George Perelman, I think that God helped you, because you appealed to God. We are not discussing it, you used it metaphorically, but you really showed us the captain of all our lives, and it was a flawless final. And I also, just a second, I have my own genius conclusion here, and I would like to quote the general evaluator here. What a clever thing to do. So, dear George, please don't try to be flawless in your life. There's no need for that. Instead, go with the flow of Volga River, for example, and then steer your boat, and you will be the captain of your life. Yes.
Thank you, Alexandra. It was very enjoyable review and evaluation, honest, I should say, and to my personal opinion, it was maybe a little bit strict for Toastmasters review, but I'm not so sure. Maybe you might correct me. And you also mentioned that you will be short for a change, but you went with the flow. So let's move on, because I think that we do not have that much time. We have to be quick. I am inviting to this scene an counter, Elena Dmitrieva. Elena, please tell us how this is.
Thank you very much. It has been a very enjoyable evening for me as an A counter. Filler words, our favorite filler word over here is of course, it's my favorite filler word as well. So it ranks number 1, absolutely dominant, nearly in everybody's speech. The next one goes so, and sometimes, well, shows up. I honestly didn't see much difference between so I was counting them all as But we do have a couple of flawless speakers tonight. Those ones that had 0 filler words, and this is really amazing for me. So this speaker was Danara and Daniel. We also have remarkable speakers that have 1 or 2 filler words. Ekaterina, Daniel, and that's it. So I would like to people that have achieved this. Thank you.
Thank you, Elena. Thank you for your insights and how attentive you have been. So I'm giving the floor to our grammarian, Ekaterina Shulakova. Ekaterina, please turn on your camera. Yes, and
Yeah.
yes, please go.
So, thank you very much for using the word of the day. Almost every participant used this word. I'm so pleased. Especially thank you, Alexandra. You used around 4 or 5 times the word. Thank you. I'll just list the mistakes I caught without names. First of all, somebody said thought about me, but it's better to say about myself because you're able, but the correct version will be I'm able. Well, what else? Probably not to struggle myself, but to encourage myself. Yeah, probably that's it. As for the cool usage of words or phrases, they will be a grounding question, yawning, I cheer for you. Yeah, this 3 especially I liked. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ekaterina. And today, Bulat was our timer. So please tell us how we did in terms of timing.
Thank you very much. It was indeed very good, interesting evening. So we had a lot of magics, speeches. You know, we have some mysteries. Why we started? We are starting always a little bit late our evening.
That's nice tradition.
Yeah, it's mystery, you know. And I need to say thank you for Danara and for Alexandra. So you used some extra times to present your speech. Really, it was very, very interesting. And I was happy to listen you a little bit longer than it was, let's say, would In general, I would say that we have good schedule, and everyone's tried to be within their slots. But yeah, as I said, thank you for our two persons for their extra presentation. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Vlad. Continuing with mysteries. The mysteries of today are whether we have been active listeners, and I'm presenting our quiz master, Daniel.
But very quick.
Do we have time for?
We don't have
No,
time.
no sweets. No.
We don't have time.
Yeah.
No sugar, no honey, no
No,
money.
no time.
Okay.
Okay guys, we were bad today, so no sweets for you. Just for taking time. And actually some closing remarks.
No sweets, no answers. Yeah. No memberships, no. Go on.
Tatiana, do we have time?
Okay, so the closing remarks, okay, do not forget about the contests, 11th and 25th, right? So there's a division. And the, yes, of course, and the agreement for the best topic. Sophia!
Thank you.
And do not forget that we're trying a new thing, so this is called Go and vote for all the speakers and for the meeting in general. So, and we will distribute the results when we need to take this.
It's okay. Even though with this one we can still...
And we also have a tradition of after party. So if you like, we can go to the pub or wherever, but we'll decide now. Okay, so let's grab your stuff.